Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2013 MLG Winter Championships, the STARCRAFT 2 event of the ages, the first tournament since the Heart of the Swarm release. We're currently watching a best-of-5 between Creator and Polt. My name is axeltoss. I am joined by axslav for bringing you the coverage of this matchup, and this is quite a fascinating matchup indeed, with Polt currently up 2-1 going into this game number 4.
Polt showing great drop play. Creator actually showing great drop defense, except in a couple limited situations where just the air distance is so close. And well, why don't you introduce the players?
I will go ahead and do that. In the top right-hand location of one of my favorite maps, just because of the awesome physics that we're able to see. The top right-hand location, we have the red Protoss player. He's currently down 2-1. He needs your support to make this comeback. He is Creator. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand location, the terrifying blue Terran player showing very strong medevac control and drop harassment technique. Currently living in Texas and studying at the University of Texas, he is Polt. And he's also one win away from advancing on to the next round to play against Life.
I think this is going to be a great map for Polt. The separate movement paths are around kind of you can go along the left or right, you can even go into very corners. That's going to definitely help Polt's type of play style where you're able to spread the map out, send out sections of units in different areas of the map. I also think, again, this is another map where that third base, you can jump from third base to the main very quickly by air, but not by land, which is going to make that drop play much, much, much more effective.
What's the best answer for Creator, man? What does he need to do?
A lot of the Protosses have started just going Templar and then using feedback to really help to control the medevacs. Of course, with the greater gateway count, you have greater warp as well. That's not Creator's style, though. He really likes to just get the upgrades and then that robotic style play. So I feel like maybe doing what he did in game number 2 with delaying the Colossi, getting a lot of upgrades, and then getting Blink Stalkers. And then trying to use that to maybe, if he can move out in the map. I mean, he was able to do that too much in game 2, but if he can take some map control and threaten Polt, Polt won't really feel safe enough to load up 3-4 medevacs and guys and send them around because he doesn't have, if you do it early in the game, he won't have that planetary defense set up.
I mean, if you're taking a faster third, it's almost like you're asking for something like that to happen, because inherently you're not going to, it's going to be harder, first of all, to defend all that real estate. Second of all, you're investing a lot into that third nexus, which isn't necessarily progressing your infrastructure, progressing your, a heightened ability to produce those units faster, progressing your tech. So, it's kind of begging a Terran player to try to take advantage of that. Maybe a Terran player who's taking his third a little bit later, which is what Polt did in the last game. Getting 5 barracks up on the field, getting those medevacs out, stem some upgrades. It's just, you've got to, it all starts with those simple decisions of, all right, do I get that Robo a little bit faster? Do I get a Twilight Council a little bit faster? Do I go a little bit faster upgrades? But hold, I thought we got a Reaper charge into the main base here of Creator. I think he just got a probe kill. I think that might have been First Blood.
First Blood by the Reaper.
Yep.
Polt, Polt really likes his Reaper. I mean, and I don't blame him. I can't see a weakness to it. You're going to scout, so you can tell if your opponent's getting like fast Stargate play. Basically, well, you can tell something funny's going on, right? There's 2 gas and there's not the right amount of expenditures to match that. You can tell, okay, maybe it's Dark Templar, maybe it's Oracle, maybe something's going on, and you'll have plenty enough time. One Reaper is not going to slow your tech tree down that much. You can also tell if your opponent's expanding, if there's doing a lot of Chronos and Warp Gate. It's just such a safe and solid opening. New Reaper is so versatile as far as dynamic. It's fast, it regenerates, so its scouting is continual. It's not a one-time scout like it was in Wings of Liberty, where you scout once and your opponent has a stalk and you can never go back in again.
And you can also potentially, prevent your opponent from getting a probe across the map up to a certain point, which is going to be pretty instrumental. Now a faster Mothership Core here from Creator compared to the last game. So he's going to go across the map. Of course, Polt did see this, so he's going to be prepared. Actually sending 4 Marines up there to the top. Might try to cut it off.
If he can intercept it, remember, the Mothership Core is a slow unit. It's the same speed as like a Thor, a battlecruiser, etc. So the Marines can definitely take it out. They find it. Unfortunately, unable to find it.
Yeah, he's looking.
And 4 Marines not at home, although he does have the Widowmine and 2 Marines. Actually, if he can trap it from 2 sides,
I don't think he's
Mothership, of course,
he's
sees the
sneak
Marines.
up to the top
He's
there,
going to sneak along the edge. And the Marines, of course, could try to run down on the edge of the map, but
it's risky at this point. Because before he had that Reaper outside of his one natural, so he can be like, oh, okay, he's not sending any units out to potentially threaten me, which is why he felt comfortable setting those Marines out. But now that his Reaper was shooed away by that Stalker, he can't have that safe feeling to actually roam around with those Marines.
Again, Polt going for the early Widow Mines, but unlike some other Terrans, not accompanying them with an early medevac play, just getting a lot of bio, stim before starport. So we're going to see that same timing we saw on Daybreak, where he opens with Marauders, Marines, and Widow Mines that tries to put some pressure early. Daybreak, we saw that attack just totally fell, and Crater basically had a significant advantage going forward in that game, and he rode it out to victory. Can Polt get more done with this type of attack here? Actually, the starport's coming out much faster this time. So not going to commit to that same pre-starport
Marine Marauder, Widowmine thing. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Poland's doing here. He's already up to 3 barracks, which is a nice amount to have at this point in the game. The starport is inevitably going to be carried over to that reactor. Meanwhile,
the Reaper keeps killing things.
Does it?
Yeah, it's got another probe, and it's scouted the whole army. Reaper is, and he's not losing it. He's very quick at control. He gives it its own control group individually. It's his own little guy, and it's basically like an observer that kills workers as well. Of course, you have to be a little more careful with it. It is not invisible.
5 warp gates on the field here for Creator. I mean, it only has that robo.
And he's cut probes too. No 3rd, 4th gas. So he says enough is enough with your mid-game drop play. I'm going to come out clean. He's got the observer to spot Widow Mines.
Yep.
Polt's, Reaper has seen units crossing the field. He knows something's going on.
He saw all of them, or just the 2 stalkers?
He saw like he saw the sentry stalker Zealot mix that went across the bottom. He did not see the mass sentries that are coming across the top of the field, but now he does. The Reaper spawning all those sentries. That much gas investment in sentry can mean, or it has to mean, a timing attack, and they lose value as the game goes on. Polt's moving out, but he's got to get back before he gets cut off with force fields.
Stalker taken out there. Stim is not yet done here for Polt. He really wants that Stim to finish factory, keeping a close eye on what's going on overhead. SCV's being pulled. SCV's going to be instrumental to repair these bunkers, but the sentries have that force field ability to keep those SCVs away. Guardian Shield going down here for Creator. Going to try to break Polt, but there are 2 Widow Mites here doing a lot of damage to those Zealots. Force field's going down behind the bunkers, trying to prevent the SCVs from repairing. Creator is trying to break this, but I think Polt, he just finished Stim. Does he have enough to hold this off?
He's still got some SCVs to buffer. The units are all Stim.
Polt.
So much bile here coming forward. Stimming medevac to support. A few force fields go down, but there's too much DPS from those Marines. A few Zealots enter the fray. More SCVs go down, but Polt doesn't need the SCVs because he's got the army, and he just shattered Creator.
Polt rushing that offensive, and there's the GG from Creator. Polt taking the 3-1 victory. He will be advancing on to the round of 16 to play against Life. And that's a matchup I'm excited for, man.
It's going to be a great matchup. Life looking so dominant in his earlier match against Minigun. If you didn't catch that, the VOD should be up. MLG.tv for all the VODs from this tournament.
Yep.
All the ones from yesterday are up. The ones today will be up shortly. But man, what a victory from Polt there. I almost felt Creator was intimidated in that last game.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no way I can take a 3rd against this guy on a map.
Or have to do something on 2 bases.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Polt covered all of his bases. I hate to use that word again, but
the Reaper.
As a Terran player, it's one of the scariest things in the world when you see your Protoss opponent with so many sentries pushing across the map towards you, kind of posturing outside your natural expansion. But there's a lot of things that, of course, the Reaper was very helpful for Polt. He had 2 Widow Mines there at his natural expansion. I think those did a lot in helping defend against that. He had those 2 bunkers. He had SCVs already pulled, ready to repair, and Stim was just finishing as that push was going straight into his natural expansion. So I feel like Polt did all the right things there, to fend off that attack.
The fast Stim was so important.
Yeah.
So, as soon as the basically the front line of Zealots was gone, he could just charge out there, run down the Sentry Stalker before more Zealot reinforcements could be warped in. And Polt's going to advance in round of 16.
Now, a lot of people are probably wondering what exactly is coming up next. Nicholas, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's coming up next?
Next on the red match is going to be Lenok versus Innovation.
Ooh, Lenok versus
great match.
Innovation is going to be coming up next.
And Lenok does some funny stuff, man. This guy, Wings of Liberty, he did crazy stuff. If you missed his series with Baby Knight, he did a variety of strategies there too. Swarm hosts, early road zerging attacks. Lenok's known for that, man. He's known, we can see him getting ready right there, getting earphones ready. And you can just envision his mind. There's like, he's got this little like spinning wheel, like a Wheel of Fortune type thing that's got 50 different strategies.
Work. Yep.
Yep. And he just like sticks his finger in his brain and spins the wheel, sees what comes out, says, you know what? Roach rush this game. The next game he's like, all right, let's do like 2 base Vipers and I'll duck his workers across the cliff so they can't mine anymore. He won't do that. That's dumb. But so there's something crazy. A lot of exciting play comes from Lenok, and against Innovation, it's going to be insanely exciting. GSL Revenge grudge match potentially. Anyways, that'll be about the short break. We'll be right back with Innovation versus Lenok.